what's the big difference from that patient to the patient that is sent that doesn't really know what they think that they think they know, but they don't know, you know?
As agents, myself, Ernesto, Luceli, Luis, we're on your side. We're all on your side. We are here to inform.
That's the same thing when you guys are in surgery. How many times have you put an extra implant and we don't charge it?
Several times.
A lot of times. A lot of times. That's why thank you so much for your wonderful work. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. Yesterday I had a patient call in actually while I was over at Cosmetic, and he said, first of all, I just want you to know I've been doing my research. I know I need an upper arch. I know I need an all-on-4. And I know all the things already. I've been doing lots of research for the last 2 months, and I was like, perfect.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine.
Welcome back to Supreme Dental Podcast Studio. You can be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This podcast was meant for you, our patients. My wife and I are the owners of Supreme Dental Clinic. Listen, we're on Spotify and we're on Apple Podcasts. And once again, thank you for each and every one of you guys who are sharing our podcast. Don't forget to share with your loved ones. And if there's anything specifically you guys want to hear about, want to get more in anything to do with the dental world, that's what we're here for. All right? And today we have Dr. Luis.
Hello.
Dr. Alonzo.
Hi, guys.
And we have Jessica all the way from the United States.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Today, guys, we want to speak a little bit about all the patients that we see. We see a lot of patients that come from Jessica, from Ernesto, from Luis, from Luceli, from our agents that we have, our Infinity Stones that we call them. And the difference that we see from the patients that we get from our agents, which are patients that are well educated, that are well informed. And we want to talk to you guys, obviously, here at the clinic. What's the big difference from that patient to the patient that is sent that doesn't really know what they think that they think they know, but they don't know? You know, the one that either, Googles things and doesn't really know, or that was told something that could be done, but perhaps can't. How important is it coming well informed through our agents and hopefully agencies in the future? How important is it for a patient to come in well informed? Who's going to take it on?
Super important. There is something very, very important, a big difference. You, Jessica, thank you for that. You make a really, really, really good job in your home.
Thank you.
And make more easy all the treatments, make more easy all the process with the patients. Patients come here, they know the steps, they know brands of implants, they know how gonna be the process the day after that. So that's great because, like I say, they have an idea how is the process on the steps by steps. So that might make more easy the treatment for us.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much for your information. When, for example, with your patient, when your patient is coming here, they have a good information. They know how is the process, how is the technique, how is the company of the implant. It's more clear. It's more easy for me to explain the next step for you. We can change a couple things, always. Yes, obviously. But for example, with another agents, we have problems because they come in here with another information. For example, we have experience with one patient. He is, I don't know the name, but she come in here for crowns. But why crown? You don't are a candidate for crown. You need a all-on-4. What's a all-on-4? No, I need crowns, but we cannot recommend you crowns. And this is a very confused situation for me and the patient. That's why thank you so much for your wonderful work.
No,
thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys.
And with that comes obviously when any of our agents speak to you or any agency that we work with, it's very important that you provide them with x-rays. Very important, perhaps x-rays, if possible, pictures. The more information, the better. And even by you giving us all that information, things still may change when you get here, because these guys are not touching. These guys, there's different angles of x-rays that can be taken.
Right.
There's different things that can change, but we will get closer to what you actually need. So by someone telling you that you can get crowns without you even sending x-rays, that's a red flag, because when's the last time you had x-rays done? Not all of us go every 6 months to the dentist, unfortunately. So there's a lot of other things. So when we do get patients that say, I'm here to get my mouth full of crowns, beautiful smile, and all of a sudden you take an x-ray and whoa, there's no bone, there's infection, there's everything going on besides keeping what they still have.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to get here for an all-on-4. I'm here to pull all my teeth out. Really?
Why?
But I don't like my smile, and I've had 2 root canals done and they failed, and I just want to get it over with.
That happened with a lot of patients.
And I don't want to get anything done anymore. Just I want to get it done already, and that's it. And it doesn't work that way. Like I tell patients, if your finger hurts or your fingers hurt, you don't chop your leg off and then get a metal one. It don't work that way.
Yeah.
If your kitchen needs renovation, you don't you don't knock down your whole house. It's there's a lot of more in debt, and that's what these guys are here for. So it's very important. Any agents, our agents, if it's our agents, even better, but our agents, agencies that you work with, people that you trust, if they don't ask you for x-rays, if they don't ask you for pictures, if they're just trying to send you somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, this place is really good, really, really high end, really, really high rated. Well, what makes them high rated? Oh, their reviews. What else? What about their affiliations or their accreditations? Yeah. Oh yeah, they're ADA. Well, who's ADA? Like, can I get their ADA certifications? Like, are there dentists ADA, or is one dentist ADA? Because we see that out here all the time. On our webpage that we have, you're able to see every single one of our dentists ADAs, because it's not like their social security. It's not like you can steal their identity. So that's very, very important. Look, the truth always comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And if for any reason that person is not ADA, or that person does not know how to do a real full arch, then you will find out, but the bad way, years from then or months from then.
Yeah. And the thing is that as agents, myself, Ernesto, Luceli, Luis, we're on your side. We're all on your side. We are here to inform as much as you need. That way you have as much information to make an informed decision. This podcast, I don't know if you guys have ever even thought that it would become like the standard for research, but patients look to this podcast to, as soon as when I talk to them, they're like, yeah, sometimes they've already been listening to the podcast, and the things that I'm telling them, I talk to them about the immediate load. I'm talking to them about, pterygoids or whatever. And they go, yeah, I watch the podcast and I know they're informed, and it's awesome because, they're already having to leave their country to go somewhere else that they've never been. Right. And so to know that they're in good hands, it's just another layer of peace of mind for sure. But, the transparency is there. We're in contact with the doctors every day. They get messages from us every day asking like, hey, this patient wants to know this, wants to know that. And we're here for you guys, myself and the rest of the agents. And once you get here, the doctors and the team, it is all about the patient.
It's very important to that you guys all well aware of all the new technology that we have. Mm-hmm. When there's big trainings on something, we fly some of you guys in. This time around, you came down to be able to see the opening of eternal beauty.
Yes.
And be able to see all the things that are there, all the different, a lot more than just lips. You know, there's so many other things that you can do. We'll put a before and after of one of our dentists' his nose yesterday.
Oh my gosh, it was instant.
That's huge.
I mean, his nose. I mean, it looked great.
And it was Dr. Mitch, you know, and he has a video, obviously a video that's has a lot of likes. And I looked up the before and after, and
That's incredible.
I seen the before, and I was like, Mitch, you were hideous. Just kidding.
No, he's not Mitch. He's in other people.
He looks completely different. So, you know, and you were able to see all that. So you're able to see the new things in the lab and why this and why that. Ask them, because one thing is telling a patient, "Oh, you need an all-on-4." You have to go, why? Mm-hmm. Well, because your bone's not good. Why?
We have the X-ray. Everything looks good.
I know, but if you didn't know,
Yeah.
well, why do I need bone grafts if you're pulling out my teeth? Don't I have enough bone?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so you know all those things because you could speak to these guys, because we've seen it, because you got to connect everything together.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not dentists,
No.
but we got to
Almost.
understand what dentists do, understand why they do it.
Yeah.
And even dentists, sometimes I feel that they don't understand themselves. Like they look at something and then they look at it a different way. You know what? No, I'm going to change it to this, and that. Because I think to me, it's like a game plan that they have.
Yeah.
But if something doesn't work, or if they go in there, because we were just talking about guided surgery not too long ago. I think Ernesto asked
He
me,
asked the question.
he asked me, why don't we do guided surgery?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I remember one of the response from you guys was, when there's a guided surgery, when you're putting in the implants, you guys like to feel the bone.
We can feel the bone density, for example. With the guy, we have a couple different tools. We can feel the bone, and this is very important for my work. It's very, very important because all depend of my torque, my last torque. We can put the implant with the guide, but I don't know how is the torque.
So with the guide, you're just gonna put it there. But if for any reason, and if you didn't have the guide,
Yep.
then you could be like, you know what, this is not right, but I'm gonna shift it a little bit more over here,
Yeah.
and now it works just fine. So then the guide, it's a throwaway now, because everything that was planned on the guide no longer makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it's just like life. You know, you could plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather.
Yeah.
You can think, oh, today I'm gonna wake up in the morning and I'm gonna do this, and that, and all of a sudden you have a flat tire. Whoa, you know, things have changed.
Yeah.
Right.
But you continue, you keep on going. And that's the same thing when you guys are in surgery. How many times have you put an extra implant
Wow.
and we don't charge it?
Several
A lot of times. A lot of times we need to change the position of the implant, any implant. Why? Because I don't like, for example, this position. I'm going to change the position a little more back, a little more front, because this position is not good. The torque is very, very low.
And then we tell the patient, you know what, you paid for an all-on-4, all-on-5, but we did an all-on-6
Yeah.
because we're not going to charge you for it, but we think it's going to be the best for you and the best for us.
Yeah.
But overall, it's going to be the best for them because you don't want them to come back and then it fails.
Yeah.
And then, you know, all the money that they spent and all that rework, all that reflying in here. Like, we know, I like to fly. These guys are always flying. But you fly somewhere to get something done. You're not going on vacation.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you come back to finish it and you can't. And you have to come back again. That's like getting punched.
Oh,
Yes.
You're just like, oh, man.
Or sometimes when we see in the X-rays, yeah, we can go ahead with the immediate loading. Patient is thinking, oh, the next day after do the procedure, they're gonna put something permanent. I'm gonna start to chew like normal, but the reality sometimes is, wow, here is the bone is really thin. It's not as strong.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do now? Because the patient is thinking one step again, he think everything will be done,
Because
and sometimes it's a little bit more complicated, and we have to change Dr. Lee says, the position of the implants, make another techniques, place the pterygoid the implants. But the most
Sometimes-
important is respect the treatment we offer for the patients.
I don't want to see the day there for problems.
Right.
Really, to be honest. That
Yeah,
way
and
I need to make sure everything is good on the process.
And you know, and time flies. Time flies because how many times has it happened? You guys finish the surgery, life goes on, right? And next thing you know, you see the patient right there again, and you're just like, "Wait, it's been 4 months already." Like they're back for their second stage, and you're just like, "What? When did that? Didn't we just do surgery? Like not?
Last 2 weeks.
It's quick. Everything just happens so fast."
Yes.
So we want to make sure that when you come back, everything is successful.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than that. Sometimes things don't go that way, but we will make the best out of it and move on forward. And that's why sometimes we add more implants. If for any reason you're under sedation and you can't make you can't make the approval about it, we will not charge you for it.
Yeah.
But we will make sure that it's going to be the best for you and for your smile for the rest of your life. So, no, and it's very important. You know, we were talking not too long ago about a patient that comes well informed.
Mm-hmm.
They let them know, hey, this is what we see. These are your options. Oh yeah, we know some of our options already. So they kind of know what's coming,
Yeah.
but they don't know 100%. But they've been told about the different scenarios. That's a huge difference from someone that a lot of times someone says, no, I want the Straumann one because that's the one I want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they already know about Straumann. They already know how it's the #1 implant in the world, come from Switzerland. They already know it's a biological and not just a mechanical implant. They already know most of all the stuff. So when they come here, we tell them about it. Oh yeah, we already know. Like yesterday,
Yeah.
we were doing an all-on-4. You were talking to the wife and husband,
Yep.
and you were like, yeah, you see here, there's some infections here and extractions here that you need. And the husband was like, oh, we already know she needs an all-on-4.
Yeah.
And they had already sent the x-rays. They had already, one of you guys had already seen it. So they already had that in their minds. So, but we still got to explain them to them, but it's so much easier.
It's my responsibility.
All right.
But then we get a
Yeah.
patient
Yeah.
that they're coming in for something, and then you guys tell them, hey, you need this. And they're like, oh, but why? And then it's so much harder. Like I feel like the bond from dentist to patient sometimes just broke.
Oh yeah.
Because now they're like, well, my dentist didn't tell me that at home. When's the last time you went to your dentist? Well, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things can happen in 5 years. A lot of things
Yeah.
can happen. What is it? A CAT scan? How good is a CAT scan good for? 3 to 4 months?
3 months.
3 months.
Maybe 3
3
months.
months.
Yeah,
Oh.
3 months.
All right.
You know, you went to the dentist 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That things change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing changed. Yeah.
Things change.
Yeah.
My scale, where I get on it to see how much I weigh, things change.
Right.
Huh, George?
Right.
Things change. From month to month, things change.
Yeah.
Well, like yesterday, I had a patient call in actually while I was over at Cosmetic, and he said, first of all, I just want you to know I've been doing my research. I know I need an upper arch. I know I need an all-on-4, and I know all the things already. I've been doing lots of research for the last 2 months, and I was like, perfect. Let's talk. He goes, well, I go, what do you need from me? And he goes, I just need prices. I was like, I'm glad to give you prices. I gave him prices. I talked to him about the different materials and the ranges and stuff, because it sounded like he just wanted to know the price and get me off the phone really quick. And I said, have you done any research on how about the technology needed to make this happen? And have you done any research on the doctors that you're calling to see if they know all the right protocols and all of that stuff? And he said, well, no, I'm just comparing prices. And I was like, oh, so you're still scratching the surface then. I didn't want to be condescending. That's never my position. But he seemed like a person that wanted to be well informed, but at that point he was only worried about pricing.
Price. And that's one. I think that's a big error to start with. I mean, I know that's a huge error, because that's just you calling different clinics to see the prices.
Yeah.
But what about calling different clinics to see the abilities of the person that's going to perform
Yeah.
Right.
those things? I mean,
Do
that's
they use a
huge.
pig? I was like, do you know of any of the places? Do they have a pig dental?
Are they ADA certified?
Yeah.
I mean, are they ADA certified? Yes. Like all the dentists, the dentist that's going to perform it, or make sure you get,
Yeah.
you get that. What type of materials are they using?
Yeah.
I'm getting zirconia. What type of zirconia are they using?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have their own lab?
Yeah.
And maybe they don't have their own lab and they're still great, but what kind of zirconia they're using. We found out that a lot of places use zirconia that's not the best.
No. And
Not saying everywhere, but I'm saying a lot of places.
yeah.
So what better than have somewhere that have their own lab, that the clinic having their own lab, they'll be dumb to sell you something that's bad, because then you're going to come back and the warranties for the lab, which they own the lab.
Right.
So they got to give you something that's good quality from the beginning, so you don't come back for a warranty. And even having good quality, you still have warranties. Just imagine bad quality.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, it's a great point. Like, you call in and you say, okay, are your doctors ADA certified? Oh yeah, they are, because that's most likely what they say. And then, okay, and I get their certifications. Oh, boom, that's going to be a pause right there. Because if they don't want to share it, why don't they? It's not their social security.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. Number 2, well, where have they gone for training? Oh, they gone here to Algodones okay, where else?
It was on a Zoom.
Is
Yeah.
online? Is this online? Like,
Yeah.
they say not business class,
Yeah. I was at hands-on.
you know? And so then they go training. Trainings is huge. You know, it's huge. And I mean, when it goes to training, these guys been all over the world. So then automatically you take off 95 or 98% of all the other clinics here in Algodones.
Yeah.
So there's only a few that go to trainings outside of this town. I mean, that's what it boils down to. And then after that comes warranties,
Yeah.
you know, and then it comes second stages, what technology they're going to use to be precise with your final work.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's no comparison. Like, if you pound for pound, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect point. I've never thought about that. People always just ask for prices.
They just ask for prices, and I go, well, there's other things that are important. I go, I understand price is important. That's probably the number one reason why people start researching
Right.
and leaving the country to get their work done. We get that. I go, but you know, what's your final going to be like? How are they going to do your impressions? And I learn something new every time I come down. I was like, is their prosthetic going to be a passive fit? I was like,
yesterday,
I put some knowledge on there. I was like, how is their protocol? I was like, how's their protocol? I know Dr. Alonso, he told me, he said, sometimes I spend an hour and a half cleaning and making sure all the infection is gone. I go, you know,
Right.
like, and so
Important.
that's all
steps.
important stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have great stuff, and maybe other places have great stuff, but do they utilize what they have properly? You know, and so that's, you know, and again, transparency, it's all laid out for them. They can see everything that we do.
And that takes us back to other episodes where just because you know how to do implants doesn't mean you know how to do an all-in-4
Yeah.
or an all-in-6.
But
Yeah.
different.
I talked to
Protocol, yeah.
I've talked to there's other clinics in the family, and there's other dentists that we know about, and I've been around other dentists when at a party in my head I'm picturing right now I put myself back in that place, and I'm speaking to this dentist who owns a clinic, okay, and who just went to Praga for this other implant. And I'm telling them, they're like, oh yeah, we do all-in-4s all the time.
Okay.
And I tell them, oh yeah, do you guys do much of, do you guys do any, transnasal floor lifts or any nasal floor lifts, or, do you guys pterygoids? And he was looking at me like he didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm like, no, I don't want to be like, okay. And then I say, yeah, well, we were about to have the Adrian Gonzalez come down for the training.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, we're gonna do the pig training. He's gonna come down, and he's like, oh, that's cool, man. I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, I know all about the pig training. And I go, yeah. I go, what do you know? He didn't know anything. He was just completely like out of it. But he did not know. He went to he knew how to do implants already. He owns a clinic, but he went to this for this company in Praga for I don't know what implants from there, but he didn't even know. He does full arch all the time, but he didn't even know these basic things. Well, they're not. Well, they're basic for the real full arch. So I'm just like, what are you doing then? And we see so many of them. We see people's X-rays.
Oh yeah.
That they put online, and I'm just like, why did you put that X-ray there? Like, it looks bad. Like, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look straight, or everything's just straight, or there's no angulation on certain things that you would.
Yeah.
And you're just like, if they're posting that, what are they not posting?
Mm-hmm.
If they're proud of that, what are we not seeing? Because we look at that and we're just like, I don't know. We've seen a couple of extras like that. I wouldn't have posted that.
Yeah, I don't like.
And now, obviously, these guys are not going to be like, hey, man, that's not how you do it. Because then they'll look like haters, you know?
Yeah. Well, another important thing is we need to do the second step here, the second time, 4 months later. We need to consider the prosthesis, the final prosthesis. We need to check the space on the bone. We need, on the surgery, we need to check how much bone we need to remove for the next denture, for the next zirconium. It's my responsibility see the work in a second time. That's why it's very important to see everything, the bone available, the space available for the next, for the last denture is very, very important. I am surgeon, but I am a specialist on prosthesis.
Yeah, the planification of the treatment, that's really, really important because
we are doing two different important things here, the surgery and the final protocol.
Yeah, because you guys plan on what you guys are doing and you guys are thinking of the second stage when they come back.
Yeah.
Because how easy is it to just do the implants? Well, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's easier to just do the implants and then whoever does the second part, good luck for them.
Good luck, yeah.
Yeah, once place we are doing the procedure like treatment all on 4. We are thinking how gonna be the final prosthesis. We are placing the implants. Thinking how gonna be in 4 months. How gonna be the access through the implant. If I place the implant right here, probably the access will be in the surface of the front teeth. So we have to go a little more in the arch to avoid all those problems in the future.
Sometimes we need to recommend 2 more implants, 2 additional implants, all on 4, all on 6. Sometimes, why? Because we cannot remove a lot of bone. In this situation, we need to recommend only 6 implants.
Yeah, so I think
different planifications, different patients.
I think one of the best things to do for the patients is the same doctor who is doing all this treatment, the surgery treatment. The best is make the same treatment, but for the prosthetic teeth, right?
Yep.
But see, that's not how it works at a lot of places. A lot of places, there's the doctor who does the surgery, and then there's a doctor who does the second part of the surgery.
Right.
Well, we get
I
get a lot of patients, and so do the rest of the agents. They'll have the implants already done, and then they think that it's easy for a doctor to just piggyback and take on. And honestly, I don't think I've had anybody for us to be able to have actually done that. My experience, you guys probably have in the past, but
it's harder. It's harder.
hard.
She's saying like when a patient comes in and they already have implants from somewhere else, and they want you to do it.
Complicated.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and they look nothing like what you guys put out. They look nothing like.
And then the patient's like, "Oh yeah, they already did. He was a great doctor. He was one of the best doctors from Washington."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Okay, yeah, he's so good." And why didn't you go back and get it done over there?
Why?
You know, you're over here, and now we have to find the parts, and now the parts, the angles don't give us how it should look in your mouth, and now you're gonna blame us if it doesn't look good. So a lot of times we're like, hey, you know what? You're better going back.
Well, you don't even know what the doctor was thinking when they did the planning,
or if the doctor was thinking,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know. It's weird. Like we don't know. We've seen a lot of things here.
Yeah.
Like we've seen a lot of things here. So, no, but the best thing is wherever you start, finish.
Yeah.
Wherever you start, finish.
That is good advice.
Just do your research, and guys out there, do your research. Make sure whatever agency you feel good with, agents, we have our agents. Make sure you ask the right questions. Like I said, once again, make sure you go off of, their certifications, ADA. Then where have they gone to get courses? How are they becoming better? Because you deserve the best. You're gonna pay money, and money that perhaps to a lot of us, we spend time saving up to get this money. It doesn't come that easy.
Yeah.
So then what happens? You want someone who's treating you that knows. You want to be in the best hands possible. If I was going to go to China, I want to be in the best hands possible. I want someone that understands my language.
Yeah.
I want someone that knows, that I know that he knows what I want, and I understand what he's saying that he's going to do. Just plain and simple.
Yeah, from start to finish, even before you get into the clinic, we're going to guide you. We're going to help you get there so that you one of the most important things for me is that the patient I gain their trust, you know, because I mean, they don't know me. The first thing they get on the phone with, they don't know who I am or anything, but, you know, but we want to make sure that the information's there. It's there to help guide you and everything, but we're always going to give you the best that we can from our end, you know.
And is there anything else you guys want to say?
Well, just thank you for all the patients. Look, the best treatment. I think that's the reason you are here looking those videos. And thank you all the coordinators. Thank you, Jessica. Believe me, you make the difference. All the treatments for the patients. We know you are doing a really, really good job in your home, and we are very thanks for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica.
No, thank you guys for always entertaining all my questions.
Anything else? No? You guys are good? We're all good?
We're good.
Yeah.
We're
Good?
good. We're good.
All right, we want to wish Jessica and Ernesto happy anniversary, 17 years of being married today. She's down here. So, and, you know, and obviously that's how strong the commitment is that you're down here on your anniversary. So, well, guys, you know, keep on doing what you're doing. There's nothing better than informing people. There's nothing better than saying the truth. If we cannot do something, we will tell you we cannot do it. Transparency is key. We don't cut corners. We will never cut corners. We will never pressure anybody into doing something that they should not do. And this has been Supreme Dental Podcast, powered by Supreme Dental, and now powered by Eternal Beauty. And just like all of us, keep on smiling.
And if you don't know, now you know, you know, you know.
That's right.
And if you don't know, now you know, you know.